Hi. So I wanted to do this over here because I think it looks really cool that I have 4 legs and 4 arms. So if that feels confusing, I'm only gonna do it this one time. I'm gonna do all the other ones differently. Because I think it looks nice when it's, neat and clean, but I was just like, oh my God, we have the mirror. Let's use the mirror to be octopus. Okay, I'm silly. Okay, so we're gonna do another chair yoga. I don't need my glasses. For this. Okay, so just pick a chair, any chair. It's better if it's something that your feet can be flat on the ground and that your knees are in line with your hips. So if that's the case, you might want to prop the chair up. You could put some books underneath the feet of the chair, or put some books underneath the back of the feet of the chair to prop it up a little bit. Or maybe put a blanket or a towel folded up under your butt so your butt can be propped up a little bit. Or you could put books underneath your feet so your feet can be propped up a little bit. So obviously I can't see you, I can't help you with that, so you're gonna have to take responsibility for it. Do the best that you can. And yeah, this just try to trust your instincts, try to trust yourself. There's really a lot of right ways to do this. So as long as you can breathe, you're probably good. If you're doing something where you can't breathe, you should probably not do it. You should probably take a break. So just pay attention to that and listen out for that. So we're gonna start with really wide feet. Walk your feet underneath your knees and walk them out nice and wide. Turn your toes out nice and wide. And then just lift and lower your heels, lift and lower your toes, just to feel your heels and feel your feet. And you can kind of lift them up as high up as you want. We're just trying to feel them, trying to feel the feet a little more, feel the ankles, feel the toes, feel the arches, feel the arches of the feet, feel, the ankles, the whole thing. All right, and now just one knee and then the other, just kind of feeling out your knees and your ankles and your feet and your hips. And you can kind of go as far with it as you want to go. Just keep your butt on the chair so it feels really supported. And then try to let the movement stem from your belly. So keep your belly muscles in. Keep all those pelvic floor muscles, the bathroom muscles, keep those in and moving you side to side. And you can keep the movement just little and simple. Or you can rock all the way over into that lunge like I was doing before, kind of using your feet on the floor to help steer your hips, and then using the muscles in your belly and in your pelvis to help you get off your butt and get moving. All right, so now just sitting right in the middle, take the good stuff, the fleshy parts, and move it out of the way. So literally pick up the fleshy parts, move them out of the way so you can feel your bones, your whole pelvis. You feel the weight of it sitting into the chair. Let it press into the chair. Hold onto your knees or your thighs if you can't reach your knees. And then just start to make circles with your pelvis. So moving all around those bones that you're sitting on. So the sits bones, sometimes they're referred to as, I want you to think of it as a bowl, right? And there's this lip on the bottom of a bowl so that it doesn't spill over, right? If it was completely circular, it would not sit on the counter with your cake frosting in it or with your hummus in it or whatever, right? It would tip. So we have that on the bottom of our pelvis too. So even though we have these round hips, we have this lip on the bottom of them that they can sit on. And so I want you to try to move around that whole lip so that you could feel it. And I want you to change the direction of the circles that you're making to move around that lip. So I'm right now on my right hip, which to you probably looks like the left hip. I'm now on the front, my pubic bone, and then over to one side, and then back onto my butt, I can kind of feel my sacrum. Then I go to the other side, forward, other side, and back, and really try to be specific about getting your pelvis to move. Yeah? And now let's change directions one more time. So go back to the original direction, but see if you can pick up the pace a little bit. If you're like, pick up the pace? No, Mara! Then don't pick up the pace. Just slow down. Keep it slow. But if you can, like, give it a groove, you know? Like, get it moving around in there. Feeling out all the boundaries, all the edges. And I like to think about this as like, you know, like if our pelvis was a bowl, right? And there was just a little bit of frosting left, I'm gonna use my torso to help me move around my pelvis as if it was like a spatula, and I can scoop up all the frosting, change the direction again, and try to pick up the pace. This is the last time. So like, I'm using the weight of my torso to move all around my pelvis so that I can like sweep up any of that frosting or hummus that's left over in that bowl. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go forward and back. So put your hands on your knees. You can do this with your heels up or down, or you can keep moving them up and down. But I want you to stick your butt out, stick your chest forward and down, and then pull your belly in, tuck your chin in, tuck your ribs in, and roll your spine all the way up so your head comes up last. Stick your butt out, stick your chin out, stick your chest out, fold over with the flat back, belly down towards the floor, and then pull your belly in up towards the ceiling and roll yourself up so your chin is the last thing up. You can breathe in whichever direction that you want while you come in and out of this. I like to inhale as I roll up and exhale as I lower down. Inhale up and exhale down. Keep going at your own pace. Really try to find that full range of motion for yourself, whatever that might be, however far or near it is. But I want you to try to get the movement happening through your whole spine. So see if you can feel like as you're going up and down, like each little vertebrae moving and talking to each other. So as you fold over, it's with a flat back, and then as you roll up, it's with a rounded spine. And now let's try rolling down and then coming up with the flat back. So stick your head out, stick your butt out, lift your nose up, lift your chin up. Tuck your chin, roll your spine all the way down. So it's like you're trying to get the top of your head to go to the floor, and then the top of your head comes forward with the flat back. Use your belly, push into your hands, and arch yourself up. And then tuck it again, roll it all the way down like you're trying to bring your head all the way to your, you know, and then arch your back and come all the way up. This is not for kids. Tuck your chin, roll all the way down. Nah. Kids gotta know what stuff is too. Flat back as you come up. Couple more times at your pace. So maybe you inhale when you roll down and breathe across your back, and exhale when you come up, or vice versa. Maybe exhale, pull everything in, round it down. Inhale, flatten the back, arch it up nice and long. Really good. Uno más tiempo, one more time. Nice job. Okay, cool. So walk your feet in now. Keep the feet like about the width of the chair so you can see it's also about like the width of your hips, and then just let your knees fall in towards each other. Try to squeeze your knees together really tight and lift your chest up, lift your chin up, lift your ears up too. I know you can't see my ears, but lift them up and away from the shoulders as much as you can. All right, cool. So now cross your legs and cross the right leg on top of the left leg like you're sitting down to lunch. If you can only cross your legs like that, that's cool too. If you can only cross your legs like that, that's totally cool too. Just give your legs a cross. And then my right leg is on top, so put your left hand on top of your right leg and use your hands on your thigh and on the chair back behind you to sit up really tall and to look towards the right side of the room, or look over your right shoulder, or maybe you look all the way behind you. But keep your neck really long, keep your waist really long, so don't collapse while you do it, just keep working on sitting up. Inhale to get taller, Exhale to go a little deeper and really try to use your hands and your arm strength to help you. Okay, come back to center and let's switch. So other side. Tall, grab the thigh, grab the chair, sit up, look over the shoulder. Keep lengthening from your head to your tail. So like really feel your butt pushing down into the seat and really feel your head lifting up and away from your shoulders. Awesome, come back to center. Good. Okay, so now bring your feet straight out in front of you. Try to keep your feet parallel like the number 11. Try to put them in line with your hips. And we're not trying to go like the width of our hips, like on the outside. We're trying to go to the width of our hips on the inside, like kind of thinking about where the thigh bones are. And now just give your thighs a little punch. And if the punching is too much, you can just do it with flat hands. I just didn't want to make so much noise. It's quieter if I do it like this. And then give it a little wiggle and a little shake. And while you're doing it, really try to focus on keeping your legs as released as possible. So like not working too hard in the legs. Really, you're just working hard with your arms to get them to move. Okay. So now that the legs are a little bit more grounded, let's work into the arms. So try to keep your feet like that number 11. Try to push into the pinky edges of your feet so that you can lift through the inner arch of your feet and lift through your inner thigh so that your legs are active, but they're working efficiently. You're not using a ton of effort. You're just trying to like ease into the structure of your body. There's this thing called tensegrity. So it's the balance, I just saw a cool bird. It's the balance between the tension in your muscles and the integrity of your skeleton, like the structure in your bones. So like you're using your structure and you're using your muscles, but they're working together in such a way that's really efficient. So you're not working super hard to do it. Okay, long-winded explanation, but that's okay. So you use that, and then just keep one hand at a time on your thigh and take the other arm up and over to one side. Bring it back to center, put your hand down on your thigh, up and over to the other side. While you do this, and I just want you to come in and out of it, see if you can make that full range of motion circle, or half circle, I guess, with your arm. And see if you can keep your chest reaching up. Like, see if you can keep your waist long. So even though I'm going up and over to one side, I'm not just like collapsing and leaning down, right? I'm trying to keep the structure, keep the integrity of the structure, and then find the tension in my muscles to help me work it. So inhale when you reach up, and exhale when you reach over. Inhale when you reach up, exhale when you reach over. Inhale up, exhale, bring it back down. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale back up, exhale, bring it down. Couple more of these. I'm really working hard here, like not so hard that I'm like, and I can't breathe and I'm like dying, but I'm working hard to like practice keeping my waist long and practice sitting with really good posture. This is great for some of us who, like, I don't know about you, but I have been in front of my computer a lot more frequently these days than normal. So, and it's not just because of this, it's because of like all the other stuff that I'm doing online right now. So, really important when you're sitting that you're practicing good posture. So the more you do exercises like this, the easier it's going to be when you do get in there in that position to like see like, oh, here's my habit. I tuck my tail, I drop my shoulders, I crunch up. Okay, I'm going to practice doing it this way instead. Sitting right in the center of my pelvis. I'm not tucked under, I'm not forward, I'm not collapsing to one side or the other. I have all this strength wrapping around my torso to help me sit really tall. Let's just do one more. Inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, exhale down. Okay, so now we're gonna try to get into the shoulders. So hold on to your shoulders. So like my thumbs are on one side and the rest of my fingers are on the other side. Sit up really tall. When you inhale, twist to the left. When you exhale, twist to the right. And I know that I'm like the reverse of you. And you can do this as fast or as slow as you want. I'm gonna pick up the pace quite a bit because I think it's fun to like get things popping and like really go quick with your breath. But ultimately, like, just do what works for you. And let the movement stem from your belly. So it's all these muscles that are working here to help you sit taller and to help you move side to side. It's in through your nose and out through your mouth, into the left, out to the right. And keep pretending that you're on a spit. So not in a scary way, but like from your head to your tail, you got this nice straight line and it's reaching in two opposite directions. So you're going up towards the ceiling, like you're hanging down towards the ceiling, and your hips and your feet are rooted down towards the floor. And you're just rolling around your spine like a barber pole, you know, like that barber shop pole, like spiral, like candy cane. Use your feet on the floor. Couple more. Start to slow it down. Getting dizzy. All right, inhale your arms up, hook your thumbs at the top, take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top and take 3 more sips in through your mouth. And then let your hands drop into your lap with an exhale out your mouth like a sigh. Couple deep breaths. Okay, so just one more thing for the head, neck, and shoulders. So put your hands on your thighs and just make some circles with your shoulders. Loosen them up. How about do like 10 going backwards and then 10 going forwards? 6, I don't know. I totally lost count. And then do a couple more backwards and a couple more forwards and a couple more backwards and a couple more forwards, and then squeeze them up and drop them down, and squeeze them up and drop them down, and one more, squeeze them up and really squeeze them, really squeeze them, really squeeze them, and drop them down. Nice. Okay, let your hands rest in your laps. You got a little support. Let your right ear go towards your right shoulder. Couple deep breaths. Keep your shoulders relaxed, but keep sitting up tall through your chest, you know, through the roof of your mouth, but let your head relax as it goes to the side. And then really pick it up, straight up in the center, not just like, don't just yank it back up, like pull it up to go back to center, and then up to go over to the other side. Like find a little ease in your neck, find a little softness in your shoulders. So your shoulders just like settle down heavy on your rib cage, but you don't collapse. You still lift up through your belly and through your pelvic floor so that your rib cage is kind of hovering away from the waist, but the shoulders get to drop down on it. Let's do it one more time. Inhale back up to center. Exhale down to the other side. One full cycle of breath, keeping your ear down here. And then inhale back up to center. And exhale to the other side. One full cycle of breath, keeping the ear down. Awesome. Back up to center. Good. So now just let your chin drop towards your chest. Keep your chest lifted up. Keep the shoulders dropping down. It's almost like you're tucking your chin into your throat, right? Like you're not really like choking yourself out, but like just kind of stretching the backs of the ears away from the shoulders. Flip your palms up if you can. That might help the shoulders to relax a little bit more, the elbows to get heavy and drop. Meanwhile, keep pushing your feet down, but lifting the arches up. Keep letting your hips drop down, but lift the ribs up. Okay, slowly lift up your chin away from your chest. And now turn your chin towards the right shoulder and then drop your chin down towards your right shoulder. 2 full breaths. Lift your chin up away from your right shoulder. Bring it back to center. Turn your chin over towards your left shoulder. Then drop it down towards the left shoulder. 2 full breaths. Lift your chin up away from the shoulder, bring it back to center. And now just look all the way over to the right shoulder and then all the way back over to the left shoulder. And just see what full range of motion you got there. And don't force it, don't fight with it. But take a couple of breaths as you go. It doesn't have to be like inhale center, exhale right, inhale center, exhale right. Like let it be just like a couple of breaths over here and a couple of breaths back to center. And you don't even have to really manipulate your breath. You can just kind of breathe regular and keep as little effort as possible and just keep letting your hips release down, no clenching in your lower back or your butt. One more time each side. All right. Okay, so we're going to end with a breathing exercise. Just one more little bit of the octopus. Yeah, feel free to shake it out a little bit if you need to. Okay. So breathing exercise. This is called, I can't remember how to say it in Sanskrit. Nadi Shodhan, I think is how you say it. It's alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to use our fingers to manipulate our nostrils so that we can breathe in and out of them. If you need to get a tissue or something, like if you feel boogery, maybe pause it, blow your nose, come back. But otherwise, I don't think anybody's there watching you, and I'm certainly not going to judge you. Just don't judge me because I might have some boogers in my nose right now because I did not blow my nose before this. So that's okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the right hand. So I like to use my pinky and my thumb because that feels the easiest. You can use your pinky and your ring finger and then put the 2 peace fingers to rest on your eyebrows, right? And like work your hands this way and this way. For me, I just like to keep the rest of my hand relaxed and then I just go from thumb to pinky. But just so you know, most of the time, like traditionally, people will put their 2 peace fingers here or turn their 2 peace fingers in and then use, go from side to side with the thumb, the ring finger, and the pinky finger. It's just easier for me to do it this way. So do you, lots of right ways, right? No wrong way. Feel your feet on the ground, feel your hips on the ground, sit up really tall, keep loose in your lower back, and we'll cover the right nostril with the right thumb. Breathe out of the left nostril. Oh yeah, put this palm face up so that shoulder can release. Breathe out of the left nostril. Breathe into the left nostril. Cover the left nostril with the pinky. Breathe out of the right nostril. Breathe into the right nostril. Cover the right nostril with the thumb. Breathe out of the left nostril. All the way. And in. All the way. Cover it up. Switch. Breathe out. Completely empty. Use your belly to help you get empty. Completely in. Belly gets full. Cover it. Switch. Breathe out. Breathe in. Cover it, switch, breathe out. Maybe try it with your eyes closed now. We'll just do a couple more with this hand. Okay, let your hand release. Just let both your hands rest in your lap. Sit up really tall with your eyes closed and take a couple of breaths, just normal breaths. Try if you can when you breathe to send it in all the way through your lungs into your belly and then out all the way from the belly back out your nose. Try to observe the sensation of the breath coming in and out of your nostrils and like how it like sort of tickles your nostrils or how you feel it in your nostrils. Then try to imagine it going all the way down and in and all the way up and out. All right, let's do the other hand. So now left hand, cover left nostril with left thumb. Breathe out of your right nostril. Breathe into your right nostril. Cover it with the pinky. Breathe out of the left. Breathe into the left. Cover it with the thumb, out right. In right. Cover it with the pinky, out left. In left. Switch. Remember, all the way out and all the way in. Switch all the way out. All the way into your belly. Cover it and switch all the way out. Use your belly to help you push it out. All the way down and in. Fill your belly up. Cover it and switch all the way out. Use your belly up and out. Down and in. Cover it and switch. Keep going. Try to close your eyes. Just a few more. Try to keep noticing where you start to tighten up, what you start to clench. See if you can stay as easy as possible, as little effort as possible. Shoulders relax, arms relax, hips press into the seat, feet press into the floor. And your head and your rib cage hang up and away from the floor. Couple more, try to focus. Okay, let your hands both rest in your lap. Maybe a little wiggle just to loosen some stuff up. Breathe in and out through your nose, all the way to your belly, all the way up and out. Try to do it with your eyes closed. And if you want to try to imagine this time, see if you can do alternate nostril breathing, but without using your hands. Right? So just in your imagination, goes in through the right, out through the left. In through the left, out through the right. In through the right, out through the left. In through the left, out through the right. Sometimes it really helps to use your imagination. Almost like you're being like animated. You have that breath that like sweeps in, sweeps out. And the more subtle your breath is, the easier it's going to be to feel it. All right, let's end the practice just with one big breath together. So start with an exhale. Out your mouth, out your mouth. Inhale, arms up. Breathe in through your nose, fill it up at the top. Hook your thumbs at the top. Take 3 sips. And exhale, let it sigh. Let your hands drop. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please tell your friends. Please reach out. Donate if you can. You know, I'm just trying to make yoga accessible. You know, like, it has definitely changed my life. It has definitely, like, been a really amazing thing for me in a lot of different ways, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I hope that it helps you, and please reach out with any questions or with any feedback or anything that you feel like you want to see on this channel. Thank you so much. I hope you have a really awesome day. Oh, and I wanted to say this shirt. So this is my friend's climbing gym here in New Paltz, BC's climbing gym. BC's climbing gym. Shout out to BC. What's up, Chris? Check them out. Go to their website. Maybe follow them on Instagram. They're super cool. He's a super cool dude, and it's a really great climbing gym. So if you are ever in New Paltz, go climbing there, and you can visit me at my yoga studio in New Paltz, NP Rock Yoga for fun, for life, for, I don't know. Have a good day. Bye.